This Little Hawks sports event is brought to you in part by Carousel Nissan in Iowa City, number 1 on Highway 1. Kirkwood Community College's Iowa City and Coralville campuses, a great place to start your education. Arrow Rental in Iowa City, your graduation party headquarters. Lucky's Market in Iowa City, good food for all. The Printing House, home of quality printing and copies. Okoboji Grill, the East Side's neighborhood sports bar and grill. Watch all your favorite sports teams with us. Great food in a fun, relaxing setting. And Midtown Family Restaurants, family-friendly food and atmosphere.
You see the student sections are getting into it already.
To kick off for West High, number 87, Will Peterson.
Yeah, Will Peterson kicking off for West High. Deep for City High. Looks like Charles Johnson and Naeem Smith. Beautiful night here now that the rain's quit. Charles Johnson coming up the middle. Good coverage by the West High coverage team. First and 10 at the 30.
Tyler Yorder. 20 yards return out to the 30-yard line. First and 10, the Hawks.
Nice 20-yard return. As in high school football, if the ball does break the plane in the end zone, they automatically bring it out to the 20. And for the City fans, to see Nate Wheeland out there at quarterback is a great sight to see. Got two receivers split left. And West High's defense just waiting for that read option there by Nate Wheeland. He does like to run the ball. They know that. He was the starting quarterback for City High last year as a sophomore. And these two teams do know each other well. There's not a lot of secrets between the two. West knows that City loves to run between the tackles, and they will keep on trying to do that no matter what type of defense they show them, because right now they have 8 guys in the box. Pass out to Fletcher, the fullback, a little overthrown. He looked just a little bit more. He had his wide receiver down deep in the middle. Little jitters at the beginning of the game here for City High. 3rd down and 11. 11:16 on the clock. You don't like to see your offense go 3 and out in your first possession, but without a... Oh, boy. 22 for West High. Bryce Haddock had the ball in his hands off of a deflection from Jason Jones, City High's best receiver. He just didn't bring it in. It went off his feet. Just lost my program out the window. I don't know if I hit anybody down there. Thanks, Scott. We took the screens out of the windows up here so we could see better from the water spots. In the short punt formation, Nate Wheeland, nice boot. Over the head of Oliver Martin. He's brought down immediately at the 15-yard line by a swarming City defense. Yeah, City likes to do a short punt formation. They like to do a lot of trick plays out of that. Oliver Martin lined up just a little too close and was backing up and let the ball get over his head.
57-yard punt, 1 yard return.
This West High offense
First and 10, West High, 16-yard
specializes in their two receivers, Oliver Martin and Devontae Lane. Probably the two best receivers in 4A football. Extremely athletic.
Alex Henderson, the quarterback for West High.
Hasheem Hicks with the ball carry right up the middle. City runs a 3-4 defense, which is typically a little different than what you're used to seeing. They used to run a 4-3, but with a shortage of down linemen this year and a surplus of linebackers, Dan Saber says they're loaded with like 6 linebackers on this team. They decided to switch their defense up, do a lot of standing at the line of scrimmage, and they let the linebackers roam and make decisions on where they want to go. Alex Henderson on a keeper around the end. Finds a nice seam.
Oliver Martin, the ball carrier.
Just stretching the defense out there. Not a lot of pursuit from the inside for City High. He's able to hit that seam and get a good 8 yards. The first to 10, the 32.
32-yard line. First and 10, Trojans.
West first possession of the ball game. Primarily a passing team, but both these clubs want to establish the run tonight. So it seems to be that's what they're trying to do here at the very beginning. Alex Henderson's first pass, and the receivers having a little trouble gathering the ball in tonight on both sides of the ball. I believe that was Oliver Martin that would have had about a 6-yard gain, but just the ball just couldn't bring it in. On the 32-yard line, Alex Henderson at quarterback. Hicks and Mason in the backfield. Oliver Martin to the right and Devontae Adams split left. Shotgun formation. Handoff goes to Hicks, and City looks like they came out of the locker room ready to stop them right there with a negative 3-yard loss. So it's 3rd and 13. I can't really tell if the wind, it's kind of blowing left to right here, isn't it? So if there is a little bit of wind, West is playing into the wind right now. Big down here for West High, or else they'll be punting out of their, deep in their side of the field. I think that's Devontae Lane, and he fumbled the ball, and it looks like City High has recovered on the 35-yard line. First mistake of the game, and that was Devontae Adams that, no, that was Oliver Martin that caught that ball. Kind of a jet sweep there, kind of an end-around play. He had a little bit of a lane, and I'm not sure who caused the fumble or who got on it, but a big opportunity for City High here in this first quarter. Second possession on west side of the field. Nate Whelan, quarterback in the shotgun formation. Martinez Bernie, nice fake. Nate Whelan, quarterback read option there, faked it to Martinez Bernie to the left and cut it back to the right and found a nice hole created by the right side of his offensive line. And I believe Donovan Doyle, who's a very active defensive player for the West Side, being the son of Coach Doyle, the strength coach at Iowa's son, brought him down for that. The first down for City High in this game. 1st and 10 from the 24. Whelan going back in the shotgun formation. He's got Dylan Lee right. And West High was ready for that one. Jacob Cortoz, middle linebackers, blitzed on that and come through and threw him down for a 2-yard loss. City likes to run between the tackles, and one of the reasons they haven't been able to do that so far this year is Fletcher is their starting fullback, is a great blocker, and he's actually been out of the last 2 games. They did get him back tonight. We'll see if they run their traditional ISO play, which is him leading through the line trying to isolate the linebacker and let the running back go. Split formation, you got James Jones to the left. Dylan Lee had an opportunity, ran a post pattern, a beautiful pass by Nate Whelan, in and out of his arms. Boy, I bet he wished he had that one back. That was a touchdown there waiting to happen. And West caught a little off guard on that. Playing the receivers tight, Dylan Lee was able to squeak by him. Perfectly thrown ball. 3rd and 12 from the 25-yard line. Don't know if you're going to see any field goals in this game tonight with the left field, but the field goal kicker for for City High, Ruka Kesey, is actually 4 for 4 for the year. 1 yard loss, another option read by Nate Whelan. This time it was to the left side. West was waiting for him. No gain on the play. I do not see Ruka Kesey coming onto the field, so I assume they're just going to go for this on a 4th and 12. There is a flag down on the field, holding on City High. See what they do on this. They are going to back them up, so they're going to give them 3rd down. Nope, they declined it. They declined it. 4th and 13. There was a yard loss on that play. I do not see Ruka Kesey coming on the field, so they're going to go for this on 4th and 13. You got to think that he's going to look to Jason Jones' way here. He's the senior receiver. He was hurt all of last year, but played and started as a sophomore. He's a tremendous athlete. He is not actually out there right now. We got Dylan Lee to the right, and I'm not sure who that, 84. And that is a touchdown. He was able to get deep. His feet were in bounds. That was 84 for City High. Well, that is Jason Jones. Okay, so he was out there on the left side. I thought it was a single-digit number that went wide left on that. So Jason Jones, a terrific receiver. A play West High is going to maybe regret letting them go on a 4th and 13. Ruka Kesey on for the extra point. Dylan Lee holding for him. And these are big points if they can get him, and he got it because of the slippery field. So 7:37 to go in the first quarter. Iowa City strikes first on a 26-yard pass play to Jason Jones from Nate Whelan. Perfectly thrown ball right down the sideline. From here, we couldn't tell if he actually was in, but beautifully thrown ball. Great timing on that throw. I don't know if West was thinking they were going to go short on that and just maybe go over the first down, but he was able to squeak by the DB on that side. So City High strikes first, 7-0, with 7:37 to go in the first quarter. We were discussing here during the break what would happen if this game's called due to lightning in the 3rd or 4th quarter, and I really don't have an answer for that. The way it's going right now, this game's going to probably go to 11 o'clock. So Ruka Kesey lining up to kick off for City High. Deep, I believe, is Oliver Martin. Kind of a little squib kick. Picked up and dropped by Devontae Lane, and he is a very dangerous athlete. If anybody's watched basketball at West High in the last 2 years, they've seen Devontae Lane play a lot as a freshman on the championship team, and started last year. Did not get the championship, but very, very good athlete. Already been offered a scholarship to Iowa State in basketball. Like to see this guy continue his career in football, but he did not play football last year, so he actually took hiatus to concentrate on basketball. Whistle blown, which generally means illegal motion on the offense. Not a way you want to start your second series for West High, 1st and 15. with those two dangerous receivers, Devontae Lane and Oliver Martin out there, and Oliver Martin's been playing as a freshman. They're both juniors. They're just so dangerous because it's not about stretching the field. Even underneath, if they get the ball and have space to run, they're just extremely athletic and hard to bring down. We'll see how long West tries to stay with their running game here before they start airing it out. Alex Henderson, nice sliding catch by Devontae Lane. Nope, Oliver Martin. I cannot tell these 8s from 6s out here. Oliver Martin on the catch.
Brought down by Vance Dillon. 5-yard gain brings up second down 5.
Second 5, 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Each team has 3 timeouts left. Rain's still coming down. So that's Hicks. Hicks with the fighting for extra yards, but the City High linebacking core came up and filled the hole nicely. It looked like Nate Whelan, or no, number 19, came out with a ball on that, Vance Dillon, but they'd already blown the whistle dead. Looks like City High is definitely trying to go after the ball on this with the slippery conditions. The 3 down linemen and the 4 linebackers, that's the 3-4 defense we're going to see quite a bit tonight. Fletcher, the anchor of that, playing the Mike linebacker in the middle there. Henderson back to throw. Another short down and out. By the reaction of the West High teammates over there, first down, 6-7 yard completion. That's a tough pass to try to defend on when he's cutting that out, because they have such a downfield threat of faking that out pattern and going up. I think City High is willing to give up that little short pattern to him. Shotgun formation again. Double right. Again, one receiver went deep, one went short. Looked like Oliver Martin again over there.
Pass and feed to Martin. Brought down by number 19, Vance Dillon. 11-yard gain to the City High 45.
Hicks in the backfield. Dallas Majors is wide left. It's not going to be hard to tell who comes in new off the bench in this game, because they're going to have a nice white uniform or a nice gray uniform. Everybody's pretty muddied up already out there. Another option read by Alex Henderson, and he is their leading rusher on the year, so he does like to take off. He's got 82 yards in the first 3 games of 23 carries. Hicks only has, not far behind with 80 yards. They are the 2 primary ball carriers in this offense. So City High's linebackers will be keen on them throughout the game, especially Alex Henderson. He likes to run that option read too. Back to throw another out. Oh, and looked like Vance Dillon's kind of trying to sneak up on that. Was that incomplete? Yeah, Vance Dillon did a... Well, I'm not sure. The numbers are getting muddied up out there, and I apologize if I'm saying the wrong. Got a leak in the press box here, and it keeps tripping over my papers. Third and 7. Usually a passing down for West High. Anderson wants to take off, but has nowhere to go. The 3 down linemen just surrounded him, and he had nowhere to go. So with the 4th and 11, it was a loss of 4 yards on that play. The punt team comes on, but I tell you, in this kind of night, in these kind of conditions, there could be a lot of exotic fake plays in this game to create some offense. We've got Jason Jones deep. He's lined up down on the 10-yard line. Back to punt. Justin Jones for West High. Low spinning kick. Jason Jones picks it up at the 15, no, at the 10, and he's going to be dropped at the 8. He kind of bobbled the ball a little bit there, so he couldn't get his feet underneath him. Nope, it is the 14-yard line. That That would have been about a 36-yard kick with about a negative 2-yard return. Not a great kick, but effective. Jason Jones split left, Dylan Lee right, Nate Whelan's in there, Fletcher at fullback, and Martinez Bernie in the backfield. See if I can get you the starting lineup of the linemen here for City High. Kind of a jet sweep to Jason Jones. Needed one extra block there, about 1 yard gain. Nice play to make the defense stretch out, but he needed one more seal block there in the corner to get around the edge. Starting at right guard for City High tonight is Jordan Buckland. The center, Pat Hankus. Buckland's a junior. Hankus is a senior. Left guard, Joyce Sneblin's a junior, and left tackle, Cameron Ring's a junior. Tom Pugh, number 5, is your tight end. He's a senior. Did a pretty nice job in that second series for City High. West looking for the option to Nate Whelan. Kept it himself up the middle there for no gain. 3rd and 9. And it looks like West is really trying to stop that City High game. I mean, City kind of passes runs about equal, which is really odd because generally they're more like 70 run, 30 pass. But that's one of the areas that both teams have been struggling with this year. But having Nate Whelan back from his shoulder sprain should help in that running game tonight. But this is probably a passing situation. We're going to throw it up for James Jones to go get it again, and way overthrown.
Whelan's pass intended for Jones. Incomplete. 4th down, 9.
Punt formation, Nate Whelan stays in the game. He's the punter for City High. Oliver Martin deep, and last time Martin lined a little too shallow and he allowed the ball to get over his head, and it was a 55-yard punt from. Now that I see the West coaches are backing him up another 5 yards, they want to make sure that he comes up and fields it this time. Don't let it get over his head. Traditional City High short punt formation. Low line drive kick, which is going to get a nice bounce. Good directional kick by Nate Whelan to the 36-yard line. 49-yard punt. Score 7-0 with 2:24 left here in the first quarter. And I do want to say that due to technical difficulties here tonight, that we will be bringing this to you in a limited format. We're trying to work out some of the kinks here in our first live video audio production. So we apologize not having the scoreboard in the corner. I'll try to keep you up on what's going on with that. As the sirens are going off in the background. Not sure if that was a fumble or what. That was just a short handoff up the middle. Hard running by Hicks for 4-yard gain. Like we say, West needs to establish that running game. You can see they're primarily a passing team with those two tremendous receivers. But Hicks is a senior in there. He seems to be the workhorse. Mason Cook is the fullback, the lead blocker on that. Looked like the same exact play, off tackle to the right for maybe a half a yard gain, or right straight across the field on us here in the 40-yard line. Defensively for City High, the D-line, we got Charles Johnson, a junior, Kyle Sweeney, a senior, and Sweeney's had a tremendous year tackling for him. Gabe Cooper, a junior, is also in that D-line. Passing situation. Well, I tell you, Vance Dillon's cheating a little bit more on that out pattern each time. He's got to be careful because one of these times they're going to take off and go downfield. An incomplete pass. Jason Jones going deep again. Another great job by the defense there, holding West to a 3-and-out on that possession. 1:16 left in the first quarter. Low kick. A kick you want to get away from and just let it bounce. Down to the 25-yard line. 35-yard kick, effective, no return on that. A little bit worried maybe what Jason Jones can do with the ball back there. 7-0, City High right now. This is their fourth time with the ball. They were able to get a fumble recovery on the 35-yard line, and on a 4th and 13 through a 26-yard pass from Nate Whelan to Jason Jones for a touchdown. That's where we have our score at. That was at the 7:37 mark with a minute to go here in the first quarter. The last time City had the ball, they had a 3-and-out. West's defense did a great job when they had them pinned down to the 14-yard line. Nate Whelan in the gun formation again. Faking the jet sweep. Nate Whelan's going around the left end, and he's trying to fight and pick his way for yardage, but the West defense is just a little too fast. Good coverage there on the west side of the line for the West High Trojans. I don't know if we're going to see any quarterback go up under center tonight. With the way the footing is out there, it seems like both teams are comfortable in the shotgun formation. They can do a little bit more off of that. Nate Whelan's coming off holding his left wrist. Not a good sign. Not sure what exactly happened to him there, but Jared Taylor, timeout by City High with 35.8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Jared Taylor has actually played since the 5th play in the first game. He's done a tremendous job, and he's actually grown every game, and he's gotten valuable experience at the quarterback position. Maybe not quite the runner that Nate is, but he's a 6'3" junior. It's going to be interesting as well as he did in there that next year Coach Sabers is going to have to figure out a way to get both these guys on the field, because Jared and Nate are both good athletes, and a player like that, you hate to have him sitting on the sideline. But they won't miss too much here, because they're used to having Jared in there. Like I say, he's played the last 2 games and almost all of the first game. So first play is to Martinez Bernie. He's fighting for that extra yard, maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half. It'll be 3rd and 9. Good solid play for Jared Taylor to start off with, just to get his feet wet and get a little action out there. They're just tending to Nate's wrist here down on the sideline, and I tell you, it's tough to even start seeing the numbers. The jerseys are getting. Was that the end of the?
No, timeout.
Did they call it a timeout? 11 seconds left. 11.1 seconds left. 7-0, City High leading here. It's a 3rd and 9. Dan Sabers saw something he didn't like, and this is kind of a key play. I think partly because it's a throwing situation here, and what wind there is, if they have to punt, they probably want to punt with this wind. Not a bad call on his part. If they would have ran another play and the quarter would have ran out, they would have had to switch fields, and being down on the 26-yard line, it's not what he wanted. So Jared Taylor's in at quarterback right now in the shotgun formation. We got Fletcher up there. He's lining up kind of in the wing to the right. Jason Jones to the left. Dylan Lee to your right. And Martinez Bernie is lined up even with him. Oh, it's a nice kind of a hitch and go. But 22, I think that's what they're trying to do there. Nicholas Firks didn't bite at all, and Jason kind of hitched up trying to get him on a get and go, and Jared threw the ball up, and I don't know if there was miscommunication on that or what, but the ball was where we're thrown. But since 22, Firks didn't bite on it, the pass went right to him, so he intercepted it. So it was on the 26. End up being about a 35-yard punt in a lot of ways, but West is going to take over with 3.6 seconds left here in the first quarter. So ball goes off to Mason Cook for no gain. That'll be the end of the first quarter, with City leading 7-0. West has got the ball on the 39-yard line with a 2nd and 10. I don't know if we'll be able to get an update on what's going on with Nate Wieland. He seems to be walking around down there now, so maybe he just got a stinger in that arm. We sure hope it isn't his shoulder. I'm not sure which shoulder he hurt early in the year, but I don't think we'll probably see him the rest of the game because district play does start next week with a tough one, and you want to have your team at full strength going into district play. Everybody says these non-district games don't mean anything. They really don't as far as what your record is, but this game here does mean a lot to both these kids on the west side and the city side. You could go 1-8 in a year, but if you run into one of these football players, the first question they always get is, who won the boot? Did you guys win the boot this year? You know, it's the first thing that comes out. So if you can win this one game, it definitely is a big plus for them. Getting line back up here. Starting linebackers for the city defense, Dylan Africa Jr., Eric Fletcher, who also plays fullback, he's a senior. Jordan Buckland, who also plays in the offensive line, is a linebacker on defense. He's a junior. Naeem Smith, Jason Jones, Tom Pugh, and Brady Bigley are the DBs and the safeties on this defense. Boy, there was like good penetration there by 52, which is Scooter Hickman, who's in as a reserve. Great penetration up the middle. Almost botched the handoff there to Hicks. Alex Henderson took it himself and 2-yard loss, so that makes it 3rd and 11. Now Henderson is a quarterback that, well, actually they look like they're maybe in a wildcat formation. Now Henderson's lined up there. He can take off. He is a good runner, and that's what. Well, right off the fingertips of Devontae Lane, I believe. That ball should have been caught. It was actually not badly defended, but it went off his fingertips. Again, he missed a whole season of football last year, and this wet conditions might be affecting them a little bit and how they're handling that ball out there. Jason Jones deep, Naeem Smith kind of playing the short deep, about 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I assume that's because of the way West kicked it last time, kicked the low line drive. They want to field that ball so it doesn't roll forever. 11:20 to go here in the second quarter, 7-0, City High leading. Good high kick down to the 20-yard line. And Jason Jones shakes one tackle but can't shake the second. Well, he did shake the second, spun around again. About a 5-yard return, but not without great effort there. Good coverage by the punt team. And boy, Naeem Smith would have got one more block in there, he'd have gone a long ways. Some scores here for you. District 7 tonight. Kendy's leading Pleasant Valley 3-0. That should be a great game because both teams, Kendy's not quite ranked but will be. That's suspended. Dubuque Hempstead's at senior, and Muscatine's at Clinton and Prairie right now is leading. North Scott Eldridge, or actually is behind 14-27 in the third. Yeah, I'm going to hand that back to you there. He's got a message sent to you. We got a 2nd and 8 here. You can see the field is getting tore up a little bit in the little bit they've played on it. 10:50 to go here in the second quarter. 2nd and 8, the ball in the 26. Remember, Jared Taylor's, actually Nate Whelan's back in the game. Jared Taylor's back on the sideline, so hopefully he just got a stinger there on his arm and hands the ball off to Bernie, and he squirts up the middle for a nice 9-yard gain. I believe they're going to give him a first down. That's right on the marker. They might have to do a measurement here. But a great job by the middle of that City High offensive line creating a hole. Kind of a reverse counter play there. Another injured City High kid down on the, is that Bernie on the? Oh, Martinez Bernie must have got his ankle twisted a little bit when he came down. He's holding his left ankle. So hopefully that's nothing serious here. being assisted off the field. Definitely got a limp going on there. Griffin Fellows is in the game right now, wide receiver. So Rajay Rodney's coming in to take his place. He's the backup running back for City High. Let's see if I can get some stats on you for him this year. He is their third leading rusher on the team, I believe, after Jared Taylor. And he's had 17 carries for only 17 yards. Not a lot of carries on the year, but he has been in. You kind of worry about players coming off the sideline in these wet, cold conditions and how they're going to handle that ball. Jones in motion, looks like a jet sweep. No, but it's right to Rajay Rodney right up the middle. Kind of a nifty play there. West kind of flowed with Jason Jones on that jet sweep, and he just countered with 13-yard gain with Rodney right up the middle. And man, he had a nice hole and scooted through there really good, those fresh legs. So that's the way to do it. Get him in the game and get him the ball right away so he gets in a comfort zone. We got Fletcher at the fullback position, and a lot of those plays are working because Fletcher is such a tremendous blocker. Now he scooted over and lined up. Now they had to call a timeout there because they're kind of an odd formation. I think it might have been an illegal formation. So instead of getting the 5-yard penalty there, Fletcher wasn't quite sure where he was lining up. And if I saw it right, I think they had 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, which would have been an illegal procedure penalty. So it was a good call by the coaches on the sideline to get that figured out. 1st and 10, 9:39 to go in the second quarter. City High's leading 7-0 on a 26-yard pass play on a 4th and 12, I believe, play to Jason Jones in the left corner of the end zone. Beautiful pass. He was able to just squeak by the West defender and not reach out and get it on the sideline over there to go up 7-0, and that's the limit of our scoring right now. West has not had that. They've only had maybe 1 or 2 first downs, have struggled in their running game, and their passing game have dropped many passes, so they've just been struggling offensively here tonight. Same play again, Rodney up the middle. Jason Jones coming around on a jet sweep. I think that's just designed to freeze the linebackers for West High for just maybe a split second. And boy, he does no longer run by, and that ball snapped, and it goes right over to Rodney. And he's hitting that hole before the West High linemen even know he's there, so he's getting through for those 7, 8, 9, 10-yard gains. So we're sitting here 2nd and 3 with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. City High's on the prowl here. They're in West territory again. Just a straight handoff to Fletcher up the middle. He's trying to grind out 3 yards. I think he got about 2.5. So it'll be 3rd and 1. It's good to see Nate Whelan back out there. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, but sometimes you just get hit in the elbow and your whole arm goes numb, and I think that's maybe what happened to him. You know, he's only a junior too, but after starting all of last year, I mean, he really grew as a quarterback last year. And you know, he's a team captain. And when him and Fletcher went down earlier in the year, they not only lost him offensively as the captain, they lost Fletcher as the linebacker as the defensive captain. And man, that makes it tough when you're trying to win ball games. Again, giving right to Fletcher up the middle. He ground out and got another 2-yard gain. That's just power football there. Him grinding out as many yards as he can to get the first down. The nice thing about this, what City's trying to do here is not only establishing the run game, is they want to keep this clock running. Trying to stay ahead of the Storms, but the more clock they eat up, the less they can give West and those dynamic duo receivers they have, and keep them from getting scores for him. So Whelan is lining up under center now, which seems to be working much better for him. This time they did the jet sweep, and they actually give it to Jason Jones going around the right end, and West is doing a nice job covering that. He's gotten 0 yards and 2 yards on that play. It kind of looks like he's kind of struggling getting the footing going around the corner there. And the field, even though it looks pretty dry, it was a pretty heavy rain there when we had that delay, and there was quite a few puddles out there. It drained very well, but I'm sure it's still soggy, and it's just a little tough getting your footing when you want to cut to get around that corner. Jason Jones split left, Dylan Lee split right. Marteau, the height, clear over Nate Whelan's head. He goes back and falls on it for a 24-yard loss. Boy, that wasn't even close for Nate to get it. And, those kind of things are going to happen when the conditions are sloppy out here like this. Unfortunately, that puts him in a 3rd and 39. 3rd and 39 play with 6:48 left in the second quarter. City up 7-0. You just don't want to do something crazy here if you're City High. You just want to get some yards back. If you can get somebody free, maybe get some open running lanes. But see what they do. He's in the shotgun formation. He did a quick punt on 3rd down to see if he can get a nice roll, and the ball just kind of lit and fell. Ended up being a 30-yard punt with no return. Well, I tell you, that was pretty close to being blocked. West High almost seemed like they knew that he was going to maybe do a quick kick out of that. Not uncommon for Sabres coach team to do plays like that. Not a bad call. West takes over with 6:22 left here in the second on the 35-yard line. Alex Henderson in the shotgun formation. Not sure, he's got Oliver Martin, and he pitches out to him, and there's that Devontae Lane. Now there's a penalty flag in the backfield. I think they're going to get Hicks for holding. That's going to be brought back. Nice design play. City did cover it well, but part of that was because of the holding of Hicks on the defensive end for City High there. I'm not sure, maybe it was Vance Dillon who was coming up and trying to fill that void in that side over there. So that'll put him into a 2nd and 20, or 1st and 20. And the rain's still coming down pretty good out there. So where City needs to get after the quarterback here, because you got to think West has got to come up with a either a screen pass here. Can't tell if that's Hicks or if that's Devontae Lane in the backfield. It looks like Devontae Lane, so maybe look for a screen here. They have Hicks split out left. Nope, Devontae Lane's out left, so that is Hicks in the backfield. He come all the way across the field, bobbled the ball, but it looks like the side ref is going to call it a catch. It's tough for us to see because it was right in front of the City High bench players. He traveled all the way across from the left slot position. Nice pass and catch to bring him back to the original line of scrimmage for a 2nd and 10 with 5:52 to go here in the second quarter. Now we got it. I'm not sure. There was a nice quick pass out there to Oliver Martin, who slipped and fell. Good coverage by City High there. Those are nice plays if you can get them to work here, and especially on a sloppy field like this. That went for 4 yards. So it's a 3rd and 5. 7-0 City High leading here in the second quarter with 5:30 to go. West on the march with a 3rd and 5 right now from the 40-yard line. They've only been in City High side of the field once tonight, and then they went backwards and had to punt, but we'll see if they can convert this 3rd down play. Second option. Pitched out to Hicks. Good coverage by the linebacker core. Africa. And Charles Johnson did a great job getting out there to hold him to only a 2.5 yard gain, so it's 4th and 3. You kind of wonder here with 4:40 to go, you don't think West wants to give him the ball on the 50-yard line, but man, you got to think maybe a fake or something just to try to generate a little excitement on offense. Alex Henderson is back for the punt. He's normally not the punter, so he is the quarterback back there. But he does punt it away, a low line drive. Goes out of bounds at the 24-yard line and hits a huge puddle of water. That ball's going to be toast for a while. Where's the ball boy with the towel? He's great. He went over and got it. Yeah, they better switch that ball out. That ball have a little extra weight on it there. At least it'll be clean. So City takes over on the 25-yard line with 4:25 left. Rodney in the backfield. Nate Whelan in the shotgun formation. Fletcher's in a slot up front and a blocking formation. And he's wide open. No, that's number 8. That is Will Nowak, and they just snuck him out of the backfield. Will Nowak, senior, second string tight end, came in, filled in nicely. Just a nice little soft pass. Kind of not necessarily a trick play, but West High was not looking for that. That was a 45-yard gain down to the 30-yard line of West High. And boy, if you love mud football, 2 West High guys tackled him out of bounds over there, and water just flew for about 10 feet there. That's kind of reminding me of football back in the 60s and 70s. That's how it should be played. Nate Whelan on a keeper around the left end, and that's what he does very well. Once he gets that corner, he can be a deadly runner, and he did a nice job squeaking around the end there. West couldn't contain. Very wide, trying to contain on that edge, but could not hold Whelan. And there's a penalty flag in the middle of the field there, and it looks like this will go against City. And I didn't see, was it holding? Holding, it's probably part of the reason why he was able to get that corner then. Because it sure looked like West wasn't getting out there, and there was a reason for it. So that puts them back to the 40-yard line, so they have a 1st and 20. Wheeling in the shotgun formation. Rodney, fake handoff over to Jason Jones on the 30. He's down to the 27-yard line for a 13-yard gain. Nice pass and catch. And Jones is one of those receivers that if he can get an open field, he can be hard to bring down. But that field's so sloppy out there tonight. And as he's shaking his arm off, going back to the huddle, he's probably wanting to know, hey, borrow somebody's. Yeah, he's wiping his hands on number 53, Cameron Ring, the starting left guard, just trying to get his hands cleaned off. Bobbled snap, nice regroup, nice catch by Jason Jones down on the 22-yard line, runs it down to the 10. You got to give Nate Whelan credit on that. He didn't field that snap cleanly at all. Popped up in the air, but it was a quick hitter. The West defender was about 4 or 5 yards off of Jason Jones. He threw it high. Jones went up after it and got it. See, that's why you wipe your hands off on your guard's towel, so you can get your fingers on that ball to pull in a pass like that. Nice job by Jason Jones. First, is it goal to goal? Is it on the 10? Yeah, they can get a first down to the half-yard line. So they're about the 10.5-yard line. 1st and 10 with 3:24 to go. Plenty of time on the clock here in the second quarter. And end around to Jones again. He just could not get his footing trying to make the cut upfield. And West did a great job coming in and tackling on that. Looks like Mason Cook maybe was in on that tackle. Boy, I tell you, it's just hard to read the numbers out there. Everybody's getting so muddy. I'm going to say Dylan Shepard was in on that tackle on the D-line. They did a great job. That jet sweep doesn't seem to be bothering West at all in defense. They've stopped that every time for 2 no gains and 1 2-yard gain. So 2nd and 10.5 to the goal line. It's a fake pitch. Whelan trying to pick and weave his hole. Swings down and touchdown right up the middle. He got hit at the 3 and dove to the end zone for a score with 2:37 left to go.
They gave it at the 1.
Did they mark his knee down at the 1?
Yeah.
They did mark him down. It was kind of hard for us to see. It looked like he reached it into the end zone. That is a measurement for a first down, or they're putting the marker right on the yard marker. They are going to measure here to see if it is a first down. There's 2:35 left. You aren't going to see anything too fancy down here, so if Fletcher's in there, you got to imagine they're probably just going to give the ball to the fullback and let him take it in, or maybe a quarterback sneak. But nifty running there by Nate Wheeland. He kind of fake pitched the option out to Rodney, and just cut right back up and had to dodge a few West High defenders. Showed some nimble running. They were getting up the middle, and you can see why they do miss. They have missed his running, and since Jared Taylor's been in there, and that's West is struggling with that right now. So we see we got Nate Whelan. He is up under center. Fletcher's right behind him in the fullback in the I formation with Rodney in the tailback. Two receivers split right, and it does go to Fletcher, and we got to wait and see here. It looked like he got about a half a yard, but they're marking him at the 6-7 inch yard line. We're definitely right down there. They're going to have to do a measurement again, or they call this fourth down. I'm not sure. It's hard to, I think they call it, nope, they're going to do another measurement here to see if he got the first down. West High did a great job getting underneath the blocking scheme of City High on that, because when you're down the goal line, it's straight up blocks. They just burrowed underneath that and just plugged up the hole. Did not get it, so it is fourth down, and we're talking inches here because that marker is down like the half yard line. It's got to be down to like the 6-inch yard line. But West did a great job there blocking up the left side of that line. We'll see what City High does on this 4th and inches. Nate Whelan sneak in, and it looked like he was in, but they're marking him down, so if he's not in, they're going to turn it over on. Well, they still can mark it for a first down. Well, I tell you, that's a tough thing, because it sure looked like he had plenty of momentum, but it's where the ball is, and the referee came up and had a spot, and he marked it. West High players seem pretty jubilant down there, saying that there's no way he got the first down, but they are going to measure again. With 1:58 to go here in the second quarter, this would be a huge victory for the West High defense to keep them out of the goal line and keep this to 7-0. And they did hold them. We got to be down to like inches. Boy, the City High coaching staff would like to be out there and see that, but they're not arguing it at all. Well, the defense has got to come out here with 1:58 to go and just not give up the big play to West, because that could be quite a turning point here in this game. But a huge momentum switch if West can get it out of this hole and get out of this half only being down 7-0. Henderson is lining up under center. This will be the first time, I believe, in this game that he's lined up under center, and he does have Mason Cook in there at fullback and Hicks at the tailback position. Looks like Oliver Martin is split left. That's a 5-yard penalty by City High. Is there too many players on the field for City High in defense? So they're going to get 5 yards on that. So it brings the ball to the 6-yard line. So now it is 1st and 5. A huge mistake by the City High defense there, because they were hiking that ball in their end zone. Not sure where the miscommunication was there, but somebody, now they're marking a 15-yard penalty off on City High for unsportsmanlike conduct. Not sure who that's on. I would assume maybe that was probably maybe due to a language. Somebody maybe saying something they shouldn't have, but now Alex Henderson is lined up in the shotgun formation. No time went off the clock on that. Boy, I tell you, they keep going to that pass play to, well, that was actually to Oliver Martin out there, and Vance, was that Vance Dillon should have had the interception on that. He broke on that pass play and had a free run to the end zone, but just couldn't quite bring it in. I couldn't tell if Oliver Martin actually got a little bit of a hand on that to help knock that away, but we got Dallas Majors split right and trips left for West High right now. So a little bit different formation showing up here. 3 down linemen for West, and it looks like Alex Henderson's going to run it, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of 5 yards. With 1:46 to go in the second quarter, City does have one timeout left that they can use to stop the clock. And there's a penalty on the play, and it's back there where the tackle was, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a hold or a face mask. We'll see here. That unsportsmanlike conduct on both sides of the ball. So there's a little bit of jawing going on out there. Things you're going to expect in a rivalry game. You know, it's wet out there. These players they've been sent back to the locker room twice. You know, they've been in there talking everything that they can about this game, and so that just washed out the penalties there. Probably not a bad call by the referees. They need to get people settled down a little bit. So 1:39 left. The clock is rolling. City did not call timeout on third down, which I'm not really sure why they wouldn't call timeout here. It's going to let them run the clock down to about 1:12 before third down comes up. And won't give City much time if they end up holding them on this 3rd and 12. Alex Henderson in the shotgun. They got 2 receivers left, 2 right. And Hicks is blocking, and he's getting pressured. And Alex is just running and running. He's going to throw this ball. It's going to be, I can't tell if it's going to be out of bounds. It's out of bounds, incomplete. I don't know if he caught it, but that was to Oliver Martin. Boy, got a great play by Alex Henderson, though, to spread out there, because he was almost tackled twice in the backfield. So that did stop the clock with 1:04 to go. They're in punting formation, and so far West has not really had very good punts. They've only been about 30, 35 yards. And Alex Henderson is back to punt with Jason Jones and Naeem Smith back for City High. And this is going to be a short kick. It's going to bounce. Jones does pick it up and gets by the first West defender, gets by the second West defender, right on the right sideline, gets it to the 36-yard line. So with 52.6 seconds left, City High will take over on the 34-yard line. They still do have their one timeout, so that don't put it past Sabres to try a running play here. I mean, that jet sweep counter up the middle has actually worked very well for them. But we know he's going to look to Jason Jones if it's going to be a pass play. So it'll be interesting to see if West High puts two DBs, 2 defenders on Jason Jones, which they aren't. He's out here split left. Dylan Lee is split right. Rodney's in the backfield. Nate's in the shotgun. Whelan's in the shotgun formation. Rodney switches sides. Stepping it to pass. And he's throwing his own. Jones was cutting, but he he just let him a little too much there. And it was a great defensive position by Bryson Adcock, but he couldn't pull the ball in. Would have trounced on another opportunity for City High to score here with 47 seconds to left, leading 7-0. City's going to go into halftime if they don't score here, squandering 2 opportunities, and they're going to be scratching their head a little bit. And West High gets the ball, I believe, after halftime, so they will have first shot after the break. 2nd and 10. He's just overthrowing Jones by a long ways on that. Nate Whelan is. It's going to be 3rd and 10 with 40.8 seconds left. City still has 1 timeout. The kicker for City, Rukakizi, is 4 for 4 on the year. He has a long of a 36 field goal. In these wet conditions, you'd have to have the ball down to about the 20-yard line to make that attempt. That would be about a 15-yard gain, which would give him a first down. But with 40 seconds left here, I don't know why Cities keeps trying to go deep here. They need to throw underneath the recoveries a little bit. Wide open there, just a little high to Jason Jones. He could not bring it in. So it's 4th and 10 with 36.3 seconds left. They're obviously going to go for this first down. Adcock is just really playing off Jones down there. He's about 7-8 yards off him. I just go back to that same play, except try to hit Jones maybe on a little bit of a slant and have him catch it and run for 2 yards and get that first down. The clock does stop on a first down in high school football, so it does give them the opportunity to set up a play until they get the chains moved. that would be the smart play in my book, but I'm not down there calling the offensive plays. So we'll see what Joe Wilcox has up his sleeve here on this 4th and 10. Again, it's to Jones, wide open again, and Adcock kind of slipped down there that time. And he got out of bounds, which is key, I think, because with 28.6 seconds left, the clock is stopped. The City still has a timeout. They got a first down on the 16-yard line. And I'm not quite sure why Adcock's playing off him so much, unless he's afraid that Jones might beat him deep like he did on his first touchdown. He's a little overmatched over there, and now you're seeing him come out of the game, and they're putting Oliver Martin over to play the right DB, where Jason Jones will line up. And putting a more athletic kid on Jason Jones probably is not a bad idea. So a little switch up there on the West defense to see what he can do. And another catch for 6 yards out of bounds to Jason Jones. And Jason Jones looks just a little tired out there. But he keeps hauling them in, and Nate keeps putting the ball where he can catch it. A lot tighter defense there by Oliver Martin on that play. The one thing that Oliver Martin's not used to doing out there is a hitch and go. I don't think that's something we'll try here, but boy, he was flying up to Jason Jones there. And if he's guarding him in the second half, you might see that play come into something they'll want to try. So we got a 2nd and 4 with 22 seconds left. That's a pass, so that's an incomplete pass. I don't see anything being marked as an incomplete pass. But, I'm not sure. Was that a lateral? That looked like a forward pitch. That should have been a pass. It should have been an incomplete pass, but they did not call that. So there's 16 seconds left. City High had to call a timeout. So he actually got 2 yards on that play. I'm not sure. Wasn't it 3rd? Well, I'm not sure I'm a little off from seeing that play there, the angle on it, but 3rd and 4 with 16 seconds left. City will have no timeouts left. So they will have to put the ball in the air. We'll see what Joe Wilcox, the offensive coordinator for City High. Joe Wilcox has been with this team for 12 years, and he's one of the young guys. Feller came from North Cedar. He was here, went and coached North Cedar football, and then came back. So he's been here, but he's one of the other newer coaches. Excuse me. But we'll get into here and tell you at halftime how long Sabres has been here. So it's 3rd and 4, 16 seconds. The ball's going to Jones, thrown behind him. Jones could not get back, slipped down. 4th, I think you are going to see Rukakizi come in. Try a 26-yard field goal, 27-yard field goal. And we got Dylan. Looks like Dylan Lee's holding for him. Like I say, I'm not going to jinx him, but he is 4 for 4 for the year. It'd be a big field goal if he can get this put through for City High. Oh, it's a fumbled snap picked up by Dylan Lee. Dylan Lee just threw it, which it looks like it's picked off by West High with 5 seconds to go. Those kind of things happen when the ground's so sloppy out there. So City will either come out, they'll have one play here. Do not put it past Alex Henderson to launch up a long ball to either Oliver Martin or Devontae Lane. These guys are talented enough. But it does not look like Alex Henderson is getting into a shotgun formation. It looks like they're going to down it. They're happy with their being behind 7-0 at halftime. We'll have I would assume, a 10 to 15 minute break here. I'm not sure if they're going to shorten it up due to the lateness of this game. They're going to do a 12-minute halftime here. All right, they're coming out on the field now. Looks like Oliver Martin is deep for City. Also, Devontae Lane and Jamon Washington is the other deep back for West High on this kickoff. So we're getting ready to start. 7-0, City High leading. It's the start of your third quarter here at Bates Field with the City High Little Hawks taking on the West High Trojans. And the rain has stopped. Little pooch kick down to Jamon Washington. Takes it at the 18. Slips, comes up. 12-yard return to the 30-yard line. The tackle by a City High player with a big mud pile right where his number is. How's that? I actually believe that was Brock Hunger that made that tackle. The junior. City High is a very young team. There's only about 4 or 5 seniors that play in the starting lineup. Very young team. A lot of these players will return next year. Give them a lot of depth. Alex Henderson deep in the shotgun. Oliver Martin in motion with the jet sweep. It looked like a crazy play there. Was that a double handoff? I really couldn't tell if that went to Martin to Mason, but no, I think it was just a fake to Martin, a counter play to Mason. Cook up the middle, and the City defense was sitting there waiting for him. Conrad Donnelly, a senior lineman, I think, plugged that hole up, did a great job, and he had nowhere to go. And there's just not a lot of grip down there. The backs are slipping all over the place. Split 2 left, split 2 right. Short over here to Brady Bigley. Nice quick hitch play for a 13-yard gain and a first down. Yeah, Hickman came from his linebacker position out there to make that play. Nice hustle on his part. Same thing, split 2. You got 2 receivers left, 2 right. Shotgun, you got Martin in motion. It's a jet sweep. He's going to get around the end, and there is nobody there for City, and Vance Dillon finally brings him down after a 10-yard gain. They had a nice seal over there. I think it was Hicks that actually was putting the block on Tom. It's a Tom Pugh for City High. The senior defensive end on that, he is the contain guy, and he just could not get out there. And you got to force Martin to cut up inside on that because the gripping's not good. But you let him get around the end. So 13 and a 10-yard play right in concession there for West High. He's got the ball at the City High 46-yard line with 10:44 left. City High up 7-0 at this point. Shotgun formation. Alex Henderson. Got Devontae Lane on the jet sweep this way. 50 for City. Nathan Wakel did a great job getting his body out there. Lane tried to cut it up, lost his footing, which we were just talking about. I mean, it's just not good footing to try to cut and plant and get upfield. Much better job by City High there on that first down play. So it's 2nd and 9 with 10:20 to go. This third quarter. Henderson's still in the shotgun with Hicks to his left. Lane and Brigby to the left. Martin, and I'm not sure who the other receiver is, to the right. Nice pass and catch. Good defense. Nice defense. It's starting to rain down again. Nice defense by, not sure who that was. One for Brady Bigley for City. There's a flag on that play. West High players are pointing towards City High. Nice little, I don't even know if that was a pass. He kind of shot-putted that over to him, but he ran a long ways across the field. It wasn't for a first down, but we'll see what the penalty is here now. Are they back at West up? Illegal receiver downfield. Well, they called that, okay, they pass interference on City High. It's a 15-yard play. They'll take the penalty, so they go back to the original line of scrimmage, go 15 yards down, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Somebody from City High just made contact a little too soon on that. And in these kind of conditions, it's a tough thing not to do with the footing the way it is. We got kind of a T formation there in the backfield. Henderson handing the ball off to Hicks, or I'm not sure if it's Hicks or if it's Cook was the front back on that. Yeah, Oliver Martin was the ball carrier on that for 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Tackle by the defensive line there, we'll just say, for City High. Those 3 down linemen for City High are doing a great job plugging up between the tackles, allowing the linebackers to flow in there. Dylan Africa, the right defensive end, is also doing a great job coming down on those plays and pinching that off. Shotgun formation, he's rolling out right. Pass goes to a tight end. Well, or was that Oliver Martin? It's just tough to read the numbers out there. They're so messed up. That was for a first down for a 12-yard gain. Nice tackle, I believe. 22 Ferks for City came up and made a nice tackle right after he caught the ball, but not until he got a first down on the 18-yard line. City's defense shifting. Ball's going to Hicks off to the right side. Nice job fighting off his block. Tom Pugh on the left end there. No, number 30, that's Brock Hunger, did a nice job fighting off his block there and bringing him down for a half-yard loss. That play looked like it might have went for some yards if he could have gotten around the end. Nice shift to the right by City, and the linebacker went over and filled up on the left side of the line there. Nice stop. So we got a 2nd and 11 with 8:22 to go here in the third. City still up 7-0. This is the deepest penetration West has gotten all night on City High. Nice long sustaining drive here for them from the opening kickoff in the second half. Little flare pass out to Nick Keene, I believe, number 1 for West High. He's a junior. I would say he probably came out of the slot position there. West or City was not covering that. A nice little play for 3 or 4 yard gain. Now it's 3rd and 7 from the 14-yard line. A big defensive play here for City High. I'd like to see him bring a little bit of heat here to make Alex Henderson throw on the run. Shotgun formation, pitch out to, it's a double pass play, and not quite deep enough by, that might have been, I'm not sure who was defended back there, and I think Devontae Lane caught it in the end zone for a touchdown for West High. A little bit of a halfback pass option there. The DB from City High did bite up a little bit, and then he tried to fall back, and boy, it just went off his fingertips there into the West High's. So West High strikes first here in the second half. 7:18 to go in the third quarter on a 70-yard drive that took 5 minutes off the clock. Oops. 6-7. And they need to get going here on this, so they're going to have a delay of game. They're not kicking it. They're going for 2. And I think the West High coach had to call a timeout because they were going to get called for a delay of game on that. It just took them a while to get out there and get their formation. But what's the thinking of Coach Garrett here on this going for 2? I think he's figuring that he can maybe stop West City from scoring the rest of the game, and he wants to get this up. And so with a timeout here with 7:18 to go in the third, we're waiting pending the extra point on West High's touchdown. I believe it was Oliver Martin to Devontae Lane in the end zone on a 14-yard pass play. A little bit of trickery there. This kind of place can work in these kind of conditions because the rain has picked back up out here, and it is driving from left to right. The addition of the shot clocks in the football fields has been a big plus for these teams and knowing what's going on, but I think there's still a lot of teams that just can't afford to have that luxury of having those clocks, and it puts a lot of pressure on the referees to keep track of the time that's left. But West did have to spend a timeout. They still are not kicking the extra point, so we got Henderson in a shotgun with Hicks behind him. We got a double tight to the left, double tight to the right. Very tight formation, but 4 receivers. We'll see if Henderson's going to run it or throw it. And he's getting huge pressure. He finally lets it go. Knocked down by Vance Dillon, I believe, in the end zone. But Brock Hunger and 52 Hickman were in very quick on Alex Henderson to break that play up, and Alex Henderson had nowhere really to go. I was very fortunate for him and very good on his part to even get a pass off, and why wouldn't you on that? It looked like City High could have picked it, and in high school you can return that for a 2-point. I think you can. In high school? The rules change all the time. You can do it in the pros now too if they're going for 2, so. I'm not sure if you can in high school, now that I think about it. I'll have to dig into the rule book for that. Well, 7:18 to go in the third quarter. 7-6, City High's on top. West just scored on a 14-yard pass play, I believe, from Martin to Lane. City's touchdown came in the first quarter at the 7:37 mark. Nate Whelan threw a 27-yard pass play to Jason Jones on a 4th and 13 play. Kicking off for West High here, number 87, Will Peterson, deep for City High is. Boy, I tell you, I would say Jason Jones, but it's just hard to read his number down there. Maybe Naheem Smith and Jason Jones are deep for City High. Nice low line drive kick. Caught cleanly by the City High player. Got a nice wall form, kicking to the left. Can't quite get the corner. Jason Jones cuts back to the right. He's got a huge open field there. 87 made him cut back, which allowed the West High defense to catch back up to him. But what a great cut. It looked like he was surrounded and pinched to the sideline. And Jason Jones, for one time tonight, was able to plant his right foot and cut back across the grain. Give him an extra 15 yards and a little bit of excitement for us. Great field position for City High at the 46-yard line. I believe that was a 36-yard return. I think he caught it at the 10, didn't he, or 12, somewhere about there. So that was a great return by Jason Jones. Nate Whelan in the shotgun formation with Rodney to his right. He's throwing. Throws a hitch out to Jason Jones, who sheds the first tackler, gets a first down on an 11-yard play. You can sure see what an asset he is to this team. He is the leading receiver on this team. We knew he was going to be a good athlete. Coming into this game, he's had 18 receptions for 311 yards. He averages 17.3 yards a catch. He has 2 touchdowns. Well, he has 3 now. Count what he has tonight. And he's definitely going to improve on those numbers because I believe that is his 9th reception of the evening. So he's really tallying him up, and Nate Whelan's enjoying. Rodney Nate Whelan on a keeper. If he sheds the block, he needed one more block. Dylan Lee was trying to get it for him, but 23 for West High. Dallas Majors did a great job shedding that to hold Nate Whelan to a 4-yard gain. I actually thought Rodney had the ball there, so you can see how Nate Whelan really does a good job faking that play and doing that read option off of the right tackle. It's a play they're probably going to go back to a lot because he's got tremendous feet. And on the year, Nate Whelan doesn't have a lot of yards because he went out in the 5th play of the first game, so he's anxious to get a bunch of yards for this team, and he definitely will do that. Dylan Lee right, Jones left, Rodney right up the middle, huge hole. I tell you, nice job by Dylan Lee out there. But Dallas Majors and 27 for West, Matthew Huff pursued on the back end of that play, but Rodney's looking great. Great burst of speed up that middle. That was for a 15-yard gain to the 28-yard line. It's a 1st and 10. City is on top, 7-6 with 5:45 to go in the third. They're on the march. They got the ball up to the kicker on the 46-yard line with a great return from Jason Jones. Rodney again. That play is working. They're finding gaping holes in there. Let's see if I can see who did that. 56 for City High. Jordan Buckland did a great job kicking out the defensive end there for West High, and there was a gaping hole between the tackle and guard on the left side of the line for the City High on that play for a 5-yard gain. The rain is coming down, so you got to have ball security here. Another keeper by Nate Whelan. trying to stay on his feet, got about 2 yards. He's following Rodney up the hole. That's a typical play City High likes to run. The first time I think I saw that was when A.J. Derby was here at City High, and he would fake the handoff and then just follow the tailback right up the hole. And of course, everybody knows A.J. 6'4" and a lot of strength. Drafted by the New England Patriots in the 6th round this year. Shotgun formation for Nate Whelan. It's Dylan right, Jones left, 3rd and 5. Handoff to Rodney. Nice fake. Rodney about 2 yards again, so we're sitting here with a 4th and 3. Just didn't clear out. I think that was Mason Cook. Did a nice job crashing down on that and wrapping Dylan up for only a yard gain. So a big play for the City High offense here, 4th and 4. You're not going to see Cookeasy come in and attempt a 40-plus yard field goal in these conditions. So we'll see what Joe Wilcox has up his sleeve here for City High on this 4th and 4 from the 22-yard line. Shotgun formation, Dylan Wright. The ball's going to Jason Jones, and a great defensive play by, I think, that's Oliver Martin over there. He just come up and dove over Jones and knocked it down. Stalled out on a 4th and 4. West will take over on the 22-yard line with 3:42 left here in the 3rd quarter. With City leading 7-6. Nice long sustaining drive there. It was about a 3.5, 4-minute drive for City High. We'll see what City High's defense can do here with West High starting on their 20. Well, they got it at the 21-yard line. Now they moved it back to the 22. So they got it right. 3 down linemen, 5 linebackers in for City High. Henderson in a shotgun formation. Rolling to his right. Pitch out there to Devontae Lane, who slips, but so did the City High receiver. And they got him for a late hit out of bounds, but it was kind of hard to see. He's tiptoeing down the sideline, and he got a 15-yard run on that, but he got hit late out of bounds, and I'm not sure who did that, but it'll be 15 yards tacked onto that play, which will be about a 30-yard gain for West High, and give them the ball probably a first and from City High's 45-yard line. Kind of an unfortunate call against City High. I mean, the players are making plays. He's still running down the sideline. But the 2 big penalties on City High, the last 2 times West had the balls, hurt them and given them lots of yards. So, I mean, that's something they got to clean up. So 1st and 10 from the 45. They're back into City High's territory with 3:34 left. Trailing 7-6. City High's on top. Henderson gets a snap, hands off to Hicks up the middle. Nowhere for him to go. Nowhere, absolutely nowhere for him to go. Brock Hunger, or number, I couldn't tell if that was 30 or 10. I think that was Kyle Sweeney that was in on the tackle. Sweeney's done a great job defensively for City High. He's kind of an undersized D lineman, only at 200 pounds, but does a great job. We have a West player down on the field. Looks like it might be, it's hard to tell, number 78 maybe? There's no 78 on their roster, so wait, let's see here. So I'm not sure if I'm reading the number right there. 70 maybe? I think it says 70. Josh Van Rokel is a junior. He walked off. Probably just got punched in the stomach there in that middle of that line. So there is a timeout, referee's timeout on the field. We're sitting at 2nd and 12. Great play by Sweeney on that, stepping up, making West work for these first downs. In there for City right now, Nathan Wakel, Charles Johnson in on the line. City doing a good job platooning guys. It looks like Fletcher just came out to give him a breather for a play. Alex Henderson back for a pass, same play, and boy, City's just not getting that tackle. They're slipping. They're getting a little late to the receiver. He's cutting back, and they're just slipping down. So that was a 12-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and 1 maybe a third and a half a yard. But they just keep going to that same down and out play, and it's working for West High right now. I formation, Cook and Hicks. It goes to Cook, and he gets the yards he needs for the first down. He's just bulldozing his way up there in that middle. For the year, Cook's only had 5 carries come into this game for 21 yards. He's not heavily used that by any means. 2:40 left in the third quarter, 7-6, City High still ahead. West on the march again, down to the City High 34-yard line with a 1st and 10. Henderson in the shotgun, Hicks sitting behind him. We got Oliver Martin in motion. Ball goes to Hicks, and he's dropped for a 2-yard loss. That play is not fooling City High's defense at all. And Fletcher, the captain of the defense, saw that. Oliver Martin, they just didn't even look at him coming across the formation on that. Second and 13, maybe a 3-yard loss. They're saying 12 on the board, but it looks more like 3 to me. 1:55 left here in the third quarter. Looks like we're going to get this full game in here tonight. Shotgun formation, drops back to pass, going across the middle to his tight end and overthrew him. He did get behind the City High defenders, just threw it a little too quick and overthrew his receiver by about a yard. So 3rd and 12 for West High. They're obviously in a spot in the field. I would assume if they don't get this, they'll probably go for it. Shotgun formation, trips left. Got Martin and Lane on the same side of the field over here, so you need to watch out for those crossing patterns. It's going short to Oliver Martin. It's kind of a jailbreak screen. City High covered it very well, though, in the middle of the field. They got maybe 6-7 yards on the play. It looks like a 4th and 5, or maybe a 4th and 6. We'll give them a 4th and 5 on that play. They are going to go for it. A nice setup play. You kind of wondered something wouldn't be going on there with Martin and Lane on the same side of the field. Now you have them on the same side of the field, but they're on the right side. Hicks in the backfield, shotgun formation. You got Keene and 22 for West out left. Henderson back to pass, looking. Finally going to drop it over. Knocked out of bounds by Jason Jones. He had absolutely nowhere to go. He was looking to the left side of the field. He didn't even look to the right side where Lane and Oliver Martin were, so I'm not sure if they were trying something there, but give City High's defense credit. Turned him over on down, so it'll be 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line for City High. With 57 seconds left here in the third quarter with a 1-point lead, up 7-6 over West High. And you got to give West High's defense credit in this game. I mean, they've held them on a goal line stance. City was down inside the 30 another time. They had a botched field goal. City's only had the ball once here in the second half for about 3 minutes. I mean, West has owned this third quarter as far as controlling the clock. Up the middle to Rodney again. Nice game on the counter again. They had a fake jet sweep. Another fake handoff, and Rodney up the middle. He's doing a great job tonight in the absence of Martinez Burney, who went out with an ankle injury in the second quarter. We don't know how serious it is. Hopefully it's not serious, but obviously for safety reasons, they're going to probably keep him out for the rest of the game. Back up under center. Jet sweep to Jason Jones. Again, having a hard time trying to get that corner, but it's actually the most yards he's gotten out of that play today. Six-yard gain there for a first down on the 40. 4-yard gain out to the 42-yard line. Finally, Jason Jones got some positive yards on that play, but he had to break a tackle to do that. It's the end of the third quarter with 7-6, City High on top. So we'll have a little bit of a break here. West High's defense, very good tonight. So far, I'm sure Garrett Hartley's been very pleased with what they've done on the field. They had kind of a bend but don't break philosophy. City High could have went up 14-0. They held them on 2 plays inside the 1-yard line from scoring. Also held them on another series on a botched field goal from a mishandled snap. Took the opening kickoff in the second half and drove it 70 yards. And on a 3rd down play, got a 14-yard pass play from Martin to Lane in the end zone. They went for 2 on the extra point. Were not successful on it. And that's where we stand right now. City High has the ball. 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. And I know Dan Sabers would love nothing more than to eat up about 5 minutes of the clock here and punch it into the end zone, kick that extra point and go up by 8 points. With little time left on the clock for West High. City's running game's been working pretty well, but primarily most of the yards have been right up the middle on that fake jet sweep counter play to Rodney, who's done a very good job. He's been having really nice holes. There's 9 guys in the box for West High right now. It makes it tough running. And they tried that same play again right there, and that was stuffed. 9 guys in the box. That's just a numbers game there. There was like 5 City High linemen blocking 8 West High defenders, and they just overpowered them for a 2-yard loss to Rodney on that play. They got to take a look at that. If West is going to put nine guys in the box, it's almost like they're forcing City High to throw the ball. They want them to throw the ball. So Wieland is up under center. We're in an I formation with Fletcher at the fullback. We got Dylan Jones in motion. The fake off to him. Nate's going back over to Jones, and he just cannot get the ball to him because he was being pressured by some City High linemen that did a great job. That's a tough pass when you're backpedaling. The play was there. He just couldn't get the pass off to him because he was running for his life. A good call, a good setup play, but it leaves 3rd and 12 from the 40-yard line. Nate Whelan calling the play in the huddle. We'll see what kind of defense West sets up in here. Looks like they have five linemen. So they're in a 5-3 with just cover on each end. And they're going to call interference on Oliver Martin for getting to Jason Jones a bit too early. I tell you, that's a bang play. The referee was right on top of it and didn't hesitate one bit pulling his flag out. That's a tough call, but City High is going to take it. Jason Jones did get his hands on the ball but couldn't bring it in. In high school, that's a 15-yard penalty. It does not guarantee you a first down, but since it was 3rd and 13, that will be a first down for City High at the 45-yard line of West High. West has finally made their first mistake penalty-wise here in the second half that is going to give City High an automatic first down on the 45-yard line. We'll see what City can do with this now. 11-12 left in the 4th quarter. City up 7-6 in a tight ball game. It's been a defensive battle for most of the night. Shotgun formation. Nate's going to run this. He picks his spots, weaves it. A penalty flag down on the play, right where they usually call holding. Nice option play by Wieland. He probably can pass on that. He saw an opening to the right side and took off running. That will be brought back for 10 yards. It'll be a 1st and 20. That flag coming from the middle judge, he didn't hesitate on that one either. He saw somebody get brought down. And this game has had its share of penalties that have hurt both teams. So the 1st and 20, we'll see what Joe Wilcox will come up with here for Nate Whelan. He's halfway over the sideline getting the play. Well, I don't know about, I'm glad I'm not the laundry guy. I think they might have to run these jerseys through the wash maybe twice, maybe 3 times to get them clean for next week because they're pretty muddied up out there. Shotgun formation, Rodney in the backfield. Vance Dillon going in motion. The ball comes over to him, and he's just having a tough time with his footing. Gets about a yard on the play, maybe. He just couldn't get his footing. Let's see if Yeah, Vance Dillon on the reception there. That's his first reception of the night. I tell you, I just think Jason Jones is they're giving him a little bit of a rest. I'm not even sure if he's in the game. He is. He's coming back in now, and that's actually a good thing. I mean, you can tell he looks tired out there. He's caught maybe 9-10 balls tonight. He's been the workhorse offensively, and with the 2nd and 14 or 2nd and 20 to go, shotgun formation. Nate Whelan back to pass. He's looking. Now he's going deep on Jones. And they're going to call, that's a little bit of, both guys were kind of pushing and shoving there, but Oliver Martin did get beat by Jones at the end there. To me, it was not a catchable ball, but in high school, I don't even know if that's an option. Oliver Martin looked like he actually slipped or tripped and fell into Jason Jones going for the ball. And now they're discussing it down there on the field. So this actually might not be called. They might actually overturn this call, but we'll see what the decision is here. They are calling pass interference on Oliver Martin. That will put the ball at the 50-yard line. That is not a first down because it was a 2nd and 20. So now it'll be a 3rd and 5. It does not give you an automatic first down in high school football. So it'll be a 2nd and 5. They will get the down over. It'll be a 2nd and 5. But that definitely looks a lot better to the City High staff than a 3rd and 20. So another big mistake by the West High defense. City needs to capitalize on this. Whelan from the sideline, running in with the play. Jones is in there. Pugh's in at tight end. Dillon split right. Rodney, the tailback, who's sitting to his right. Shotgun formation. Counter option to Nate Whelan, and this is what he does. He broke his first tackle. He's off to the races. He's getting downfield block and was pushed out at the 14-yard line. That is a 26-yard run. Nice play. Had him in the backfield. I'm not sure who couldn't bring him down. But these sloppy jerseys, everybody's wet, everybody's greased up. Nate Whelan, a terrific runner, did the read option, took off down the left side there. Once he got past that first would-be tackler, saw daylight and got him 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line with 9:42 to go here in the 4th quarter, up 7-6. Shotgun formation. Ball goes to Rodney. Nope. Nate Whelan up the middle for 4 more yards. You can see the West defense is starting to loosen up a little bit. West is coming at him hard, right between the tackles. It'll be 2nd and 6. Plenty of time on the clock. No hurry to get in the end zone here for Dan Sabers and his Little Hawk crew. Nate Whelan coming in with a play. Down there in part of the field where they maybe actually can get a little bit of footing, maybe. I'm not going to say they are, but maybe. In an I formation with Fletcher at fullback, Rodney at tailback underneath the center. Ball goes to Rodney right up the middle. Nice gain. Just what they want. Look at them pushing the pile there. City doing a good job. All the way down, and they're letting them go. They never blew the whistle. They called a touchdown. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. There was just a big scrum at the 5-yard line, and you saw every City High red jersey kind of go in there and push and push and push and push. We didn't even know where the running back was, and I don't think the referee did either. And the next thing you know, the referee in the sideline calls it a touchdown. So with 8:51 left, 2 huge penalties on West High for pass interference allowed City High to keep their drive alive. And from the 11-yard line, Rodney up the middle for a touchdown to make it 13-6. Wachuzzi coming in for the extra point. Dillon's the holder. Another low snap, got it down. Wachuzzi got it up. I think it just cleared the crossbar. Kind of hit it a little low on the ball, but he got it up and got it over for a 14-6 lead with 8:51 to go. A little bit of a cushion, but West High is only 1 score out with a 2-point conversion to tie this ball game. So it's not over yet. It looks like the rain has subsided again. Not that that's really been a factor in this game. It's been more of a neutralizer. So with 8:51 to go, Rodney, 11-yard run. you got to give the City High offensive line credit because they've been able to run up the middle on that West High defense. And West defense has done great, but they allowed them to get the push on them there. And once they got the push, there just wasn't enough West players to get them down. So we might start seeing the Oliver Martin, Devontae Lane show here. We know what these two athletes can do. They're tremendous athletes. For City High kicking off, we got Guadi up there. He's a designated kickoff guy. It's been a barn burner of a game here tonight for these two teams. It's been more of a muddy battle, the score being so low. Nice low driving kick, hits the ground, tough to pick up. The up man for West High got it. He's just protecting the ball, doesn't want to fumble it. They will start 1st and 10 at their 32-yard line. Jones, Fletcher, Johnson, Africa, Dillon, Buati's back at safety. He's going to play a little bit deeper. You kind of can sense that City High knows they're going to maybe go to their passing game here. They don't want anything to go deep. No, Buati was actually going out to get his tee. It is important to get that tee off the field. I thought they designated somebody to do that. That should never be a kicker's responsibility. Jason Jones playing about 15 yards deep at the safety position. You got to figure he's back there to make sure nothing goes wrong. There's your up and go for a great hit by Jason Jones. You knew it was going to happen. Vance Dillon did bite on the short pass play to Oliver. Beautiful pass by Alex Henderson of about 30 yards down to Oliver Martin. He had the ball in his hands, but Jason Jones playing deep come over, met him as soon as he caught it. A tremendous legal hit to the out of bounds, and he dropped the ball. That's the kind of football you love to see. Oliver Martin got up, did say a thing, went back to the huddle, but boy, what a great play by West High. And you knew that, I call it a stop and go, whatever you want to call it. That's a play that'll get you when you've been playing out patterns all night long. You're not looking for it. Alex Henderson on the straight run play, just bootleg to the left. City's swarming defense. Their linebackers are so quick to the ball. Got it, held them to a 2-yard gain, so they're sitting there with a 3rd and 8 with 8:23 to go in the game with a 14-6 lead. City High has 3 timeouts left. West is down to 2 because they did have to call a timeout early in that 3rd quarter. City doing a good job platooning players in and out. Henderson in a shotgun, Hicks to his right. Looks like Martin to the left. Little slant pattern. Nope, no holding call there. Ball's up in the air. Oh! I couldn't tell if he had a chance to catch it or if Oliver Martin had a chance to catch it. Alex Henderson kind of running for his life. It's tough to get footing out there. He's doing a tremendous job getting the ball out of his hands, but he's just not getting a lot of footing. West is going to punt it away here with 7:51 left. And I'm not sure here because Alex Henderson is definitely the punter and he walked off the field. So we'll see what they're doing here, what they're lining up. No, I guess he actually still is on the field. He just must have walked over and talked to the coach. But punt formation, they need to watch, make sure there's no fake punt here. 7:51 to go here in the 4th. We need no heroics by City High players at this stage. Actually, they have nobody back, which is actually a good play at this time of the game. The ball goes dead at the 24-yard line. About a 44-yard kick. 44-yard kick for West. Good job by the City High coaching staff. No reason to be returning the ball there. All they want to do here is eat the clock up. West is sitting with 2 timeouts. They can only stop it twice. City's running game has been working for them. Kudos to the offensive line in there. Get you their names again. They've done a tremendous job tonight. Buckland, Partecooper, Henkow, Schnebelin, Ring, Tom Pugh at the tackle position, Fletcher being the fullback, being the lead block a lot of times. Somebody they sorely have missed because I was talking to Joe Wilcox and he said without him in there, they just haven't had that lead block for that ISO play that they like to run. But Rodney, nice job picking his hole there. Play designed to go to the outside, cut it back up to the middle, and got a nice 5-yard gain. I'm not sure the right guard there, or the left guard, Schneblin, had a nice seal block. Kind of a zone blocking scheme there by City High. They know where the ball's going, and they're just kind of zoning over, but Schneblin pinched off that end there, allowed Rodney to kick it back, and got a nice 5-6 yard gain on first down. And the clock is rolling at 7:11. Under center, ball back to Rodney. Hanging on, he's got both hands on that ball. That's a tough kid. He just don't want to go down. You kind of worry about that though, because that's when that ball will come out, but he held on to it, got at least 2 more yards, so it's 3rd and 2. The clock's still running at 6:50. They'll be able to take it down to about 6:20 here. The referees have stopped the clock. No, they haven't. They have not started the shot clock. This is not basketball season. They have not started the game clock. There they did. They should be able to take this down to about 6:10 before they snap the ball. I've never seen referees take that long to start the clock. I mean, they were switching balls there, so they lost West High lost about 15 seconds there. Jones to the left. Nate Whelan in a shotgun here, 3rd and 1, and he's going to run right up the middle. There's going to be a motion call on City. Jason Jones jumped down here on the wide. No reason for Jason Jones to be jumping on that. It was just a counter play. Nate Whelan's a keeper right up the middle for 1 yard, and now it'll be 3rd and 6. Another penalty mistake by City High here. We'll see if it hurts them at this 3rd and 6. That also stopped the clock with 6:16 to go. It does start up on this though, which one of the things I don't quite understand is that it hurts the defense starting the clock on an offensive penalty. 16 seconds on the game clock, 6 minutes to go in the game. Wheeling in the shotgun for a 3rd and 7. He's got Jason Jones to the left, Dylan Lee to the right. He's looking towards Jones. He's keeping his eye on him all the way. It was an out and up, and he underthrew it. And did he catch it or drop it though? I thought he dropped it, but no, he did intercept it. He underthrew that ball. He had Jason Jones deep. He underthrew it. Great interception by Dallas Majors, who actually got beat on the play, but turned around, spotted the ball, made the interception. I couldn't see because he had his back to us. It looked like he bobbled it, but he actually brought it in. So a great opportunity for West High to have the ball in City High's territory on the 48-yard line with 5:50 to go. And the play was there. It was a good play call. It was just a little underthrown by Nate Whelan. But we talked about the footing out in the field, and Nate Whelan just couldn't get any juice on that ball getting it out of there. And Alex Henderson in the shotgun formation, Oliver Martin in motion. The ball's handed off to him in a jet sweep. And City High has just stopped that play all night long for a 2-yard loss. Just nowhere for Martin to go on that. 50 for City High. Was in on that stop. That is, well, I will get that for you here. Just give me a second. It's kind of dark up here. Nathan Wakel's done a great job coming in as a reserve defensive lineman. Has been flying around back there for him. Way Cool is the way you pronounce his name. I might have been saying that wrong. Way Cool. Shotgun formation. He's got a slot receiver. He's staying in the block. Boy, there's only 2 receivers out, and just nowhere for Alex Henderson to go. How Vance Dillon did not intercept that. Actually, if Lane catches that, he's gone because Dillon was going for the interception, and I don't know how Alex Henderson put that in there. That was a pretty good pass, throwing that to the sideline. But only 2 receivers went out, and he literally had nowhere to go. But they did give him a lot of time to throw.
11.
So 3rd and 11, 5 minutes to go on the dot to the end of this ball game. City up 14-6. Shotgun formation, trips right, single left. Hicks behind him in the backfield. Hicks is blocking. The ball is going to go short, and it's going to be 1 yard short. That happened right in front of me, so it'll be 4th and 1. But a nice pass and catch to Oliver Martin. He just did a crow route, sat in front of the defensive backs for City High. They were going to do a measurement on this, but I can tell them right now they're a yard short, maybe a half yard, but big down here coming for West High. But a nice play by West, putting the trips receivers to the right. One went deep, one went way short, and Martin just curled underneath the DBs, and he was deep enough that the linebackers were going short, and about a half a yard by the time they stretched it out and came across the field. So fourth and about a half a yard for West High on the 37-yard line. 38-yard line of City High with 4:50 to go. City up 14-6. If West can get this into the end zone, they will have to go for 2 to tie this ball game up. I guess we were thinking this game might get over to 11. We were missing that. I was missing that by a little bit because we're sitting here getting on at 11:30. Here we go. It's under center. Mason. Oh, and City High jumped offside. Automatic first down. They probably were, it's the high school, you see that more times than not. They go on one the whole game, and then they get in a situation like this, and they freeze them all, and they go on two. City jumped, and it wasn't just one guy. About 3 of them jumped. Automatic first down on the 32-yard line for West High. Another big mistake by City High. The penalties have hurt both teams tonight, and City High has not done themselves any favors by the penalties they've accrued here in the second half. I haven't been keeping a tally on it, but we got to be up somewhere around 40, 50 yards in penalties. I know we had 2 15-yarders. So it's first and 10 on the 32 with 4:29 to go in the game. City up 14-6. Low snap to Alex Henderson. He couldn't gather the ball in. He wanted to go deep to Devontae Lane, but he mishandled the ball there, and in on the tackle was a Brock Hunger, or maybe it was Wade Cool. I think it was Wade Cool again. Great job. Wade Cool's listed as the second too deep on the roster, but boy, I tell you, after what I've seen out of that young man tonight, he's done a tremendous job. Also in there, Kyle Sweeney and Charles Johnson. I mean, we don't have a big defensive line, but they're doing a great job getting to Alex Henderson back there. He was going to Devontae Lane, who was covered very well by Vance Dillon, by the way, on that play. Shotgun formation, a 2nd and 16 with 3:40 to go in the game. Back in the shotgun formation. Oh, another tough pass play to, I believe, Oliver Martin. He just let him, it was like a jailbreak screen again. Let him a little too much and just couldn't get his footing, and couldn't bring the ball in. And even if he did, he would have dropped right there, which would have been for maybe 1 yard gain. So 3rd and 16. I believe Lane or Oliver Martin went out of the game. His hands were so muddy. Nope, actually he's back in. He must have just went and wiped him off. So we got Devontae Lane and Oliver Martin both split right here, and Sabre sees it, calls a timeout. Every time they've been in that formation, they've been able to get 10, 15 yards, and he wants to make sure that they're overloading to this side and don't let them get a big play. So with 3:34 left, 3rd and 16 from the 39-yard line. City High up 14-6. Wow, this has turned into a pretty good second half of a ball game after that first half. Good timeout by Coach Dan Sabers. He had 3 of them. Use one of them now. Give your defense a little bit of a rest. I would never second guess anything Dan Sabers calls because he's been doing this here at City High for 35 years, and I know him very well. And to second guess what he might call or what he might do, if you've watched City High football for the last decade or 2 decades or maybe even 3 decades, you'd know what kind of a defense he puts out there. Big play for both sides of the ball here. West has to score, has to get a 2-point conversion to go into overtime. They have 2 timeouts, by the way. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Oliver Martin split right. Devontae Lane going in motion. Jet sweep. It's another halfback pass going back to, and they're going to call pass interference. Another one of those bang-bang plays. The pass was back to Alex Henderson, who, when he handed it off, went out on a wheel route around the left side. And I believe that was Jason Jones was kind of face guarding him. It was just too tough of a call for me to see if he actually touched him or not. But the referee over there had a good angle on it, threw his flag immediately. Again, now that's only a 15-yard penalty. It's not a first down, so they'll have 3rd and 1. So they will not have a first down on this with 3:28 to go. But another penalty from City High that has hurt them immensely on this drive especially, and also the other touchdown drive that West got. There was 2 penalties on. So 3rd and 1 with 3:28 to go. Each team with 2 timeouts. Alex Henderson going up under center. He's got Mason Cook at the fullback, Hicks at the tailback. Tight formation. It's going to Mason. Cook. It looks like from my angle that he probably got enough yards for the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for West High. They might do a measurement here. It's hard to tell where they're going to place the ball down. Now the clock stops until they find out what's going on here and to move the chains. They are moving the chains. So as soon as they move the chains, they will get that clock started again. Looks like West is lined up in a trips left formation. Lane and Martin both on the left side. We got Keene and Adcock on the right side. So we got 2 receivers left, 2 right. Hicks in the backfield. Hicks in the blocking formation, sprinting left. Nice defensive play by probably Vance Dillon over there. They tried to do a straight 5-yard down and out to Martin, and he come up and both of them caught the ball and knocked it up in the air. I believe, or was that Jason Jones over there? It's just hard for me to tell. Naeem Smith is in at the safety position. I do believe Jason Jones is over on that corner position now, covering. And Brady Bigley's over there as another corner. City High pretty much in a 3-3 defense. Martin and Lane both split right. Shotgun formation. It's 2nd and 10 with 3:05 left. Low snap, bubbling on the ground. He picked it up and started running with it. Nice hit by Fletcher to bring him down, but he was able to get 4 more yards out of it by falling forward. So it's a 3rd and 3, definitely a manageable down, but the clock is running. So it's down to 2:45. It's 3rd and 3. West can't take a whole lot of time here, but I also do realize that if they score, they don't want to leave a lot of time on the clock for West High either. Shotgun formation, Hicks to his left shoulder. Martin and Oliver to the right. He's giving it to Hicks. Hicks going off the, there's a, I won't call it, but a touchdown play to Hicks into the end zone. Got the seal on the right side, going around the right end. Maybe a little bit of hooking going on in there, but we won't get into that in this game. So West High tying it up with 2:24. Well, excuse me, not tying it up. Scoring a touchdown with Hicks on a 19-yard run, no, about a 15-yard run, with 2:24 left on the clock. 2-point conversion looming here to tie this ball game. You got to think that this ball is probably going to go to either Lane or Oliver Martin. But the way Hicks ran around that right end, you just never know what City High's defense is looking for and what West High might try here. So we got Henderson in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left. Rolling out to your left, it's definitely a pass formation. And nope, incomplete pass. City High's. Well, I don't know if West was looking for an interference call or what there. I didn't see any contact. The ball was going to Oliver Martin. The play got strung out too far and it allowed City High just to get underneath that, and he tried to lay it over the top. And it did look like maybe Martin slipped there too. I really couldn't tell if he slipped trying to come back to the ball, but needless to say, 14-12. West did not convert their 2-point conversion. So we'll see if we got an onside kick in the arsenal here. And what a perfect night to try an onside kick. As greasy as the ball is, the ground's slippery. I got to think Sabres and the special teams, the coach down there, are going to have their hands people up on the line because it really doesn't matter where they get the ball here. West does have 2 timeouts. So City is only going to be able to run the ball 1 time and be able to run the clock down. But I'm sure we're going to see some type of onside kick attempt here. How the onside kick attempt works, The kicker's got to hit the top of the ball. It's got to hit the ground first. It's a live ball. It has to go 10 yards before a West High player can touch it. After that, it's a free ball. If a City High player touches it and fumbles it, then West can jump on it. If he kicks it up in the air, a City High player can fair catch it and have the ball downed at that spot. So we'll see here, they're putting it up on the, kind of in the middle of the field. 87, who's Peterson. Will Peterson, a junior for West High, is set it up. The rules committee did put something in this year about you have to have 4 players on at least 4 players on one side of the ball, and that's what West High did. They got 4 players on the left side of the kicker. Coach Sabers called a timeout. Going to set up his receiving team here, but that is a rule they put into effect that you have to have at least 4 defenders on the one side of the kicker. You can't overload one side of the ball. And West High was in the correct formation there to onside kick. I like this timeout. You know, you want to have your kids as prepared as you can. 2:24 left in the game, 14-12 score. West High just had a 15-yard run by Hicks out of the backfield. Their longest gain on the ground tonight came at the right time for them. It was on a 3rd down and 3 play. City thought they were passing. They were able to seal the end, and Hicks was able to get around and had a nice dive from the 4-yard line over the pylon into the end zone. It was a pretty run for him. Bless you. All right, they're teeing the ball back up here. City's red. We got, who do we got up there for City High on the, you can only really tell, Dylan Lee's up here. We got Brock Hunger, behind Fletcher, Nowak. Can't really tell. The numbers are just too muddy here. But Will Peterson heading this way. Dylan Lee hit it and lost it, and I'm not sure who got it. It is West High's ball. You know, he should have just gotten out of the way because it was such a hard hit ball. It would have went right out of bounds. But Dylan Lee tried to lean forward to get it, and it bounced off his shoulder pads or off his chest. He just should have gotten out of the way because that was too hard of a hit ball. That ball would have scooted right out of bounds, and they would have had the ball right there. West High with the ball on the 49-yard line with 2:21 left. They have 2 timeouts, so they have plenty of time to go down and score. Is it Oliver Martin and Devontae Lane time? Hicks just had a 15-yard gain for a touchdown. Alex Henderson in the shotgun formation. City High in their standard 3-4 defense. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Short pass over, incomplete to Keene. Just a little too high, going for the 4 or 5 yard play there. Keeping City High honest. You know, they don't want to go to Devontae Lane and Oliver Martin on every play. Henderson got his play from the sideline. Hicks is in the backfield. He's been there all night long. He's been their workhorse for him. Both teams finding holes in the defense here in the second half. West just keeps plugging away, and they're doing a good job finding those holes in the City High defense. Oliver Martin and Lane split left, hot shotgun formation. Henderson rolling out to his left. That's a keeper all the way. Brock Hunger did a nice job pitching that off and making him come up. The pursuit was good, and they might get West for a hold on Hunger here. Way Cool came over, and so was Fletcher to help stop on that play. They've done a nice job. Henderson just has not been allowed to run with the ball here tonight. They've done a great job, especially when West tries to run wide. The City High linebackers have been just way too fast getting to the spot. Interesting call here. I'm sure they'll probably take the yardage and give them the down over. So it'll be 2nd and 20 from the pushes it back into West High territory to the 39-yard line. So it's actually 2nd and 22. They have a wrong up on the board. 2:10 left in the game, and the clock is running, and I don't think West is aware of that. It's down to 2 minutes left. They still have 2 timeouts. The the game clock's down to 10 seconds. They've lost a lot of time. We're down to 1:55. Shotgun formation, quick hitch over to Oliver. He's hoping to break the tackle. He doesn't. The clock's going to continue to run on a 3rd and 12. They got about 8 yards back on that play, maybe 10 yards back. 1:40 on the game clock. They're still letting it run. 1:30 left in the game clock. It's a 3rd and 13. They have 2 timeouts. I'm just not quite sure why they didn't call a timeout here. Trying to catch City off guard. Shotgun formation coming quick, looking bad pass by Alex Henderson. I think it slipped out of his hands. He's just not getting a good grip on that. You can kind of see it just flutter out of his hand as he let go of it. It was over here to Oliver Martin. So they're at a 4th and 13 or 14 now with 1:22 left. They're going to call a timeout here. Great timeout by Garrett Hartley. This is do or die for them. City High can regroup on their defense. You got to think that, are they going to go for the first down? Or are they going to take a shot downfield? I think they're going to probably take a shot downfield, but I'm not a coach, so I don't have to make that decision. I can just sit up here and talk about it. I gotta think that City High is going to be playing a little bit of a prevent here. Because even if Henderson takes off running, 14 yards is a lot. City High's defense is really good. Their linebackers are very active. 1:22 left. If you've just tuned in here, 14-12, City High on top. West has the ball. It's the 4th and 14, and they have it on the 48-yard line of West. So they got 52 yards to get to pay dirt with only 1:22 on the clock. They have 1 timeout left. City has 1 timeout also if they need it. Naeem Smith deep for City. Jones and Dillon are the corners. City's got 5 linebackers in there and 3 down linemen. I cannot believe they blitz here, so they're probably going to go with the 3 down linemen to get to Alex Henderson, who's in the shotgun formation. He's got a straight drop back. He's going long out to, it's going to be tipped and intercepted by Jason Jones, tipped by Naeem Smith. And I can see here a few West people going past interference, but I don't think so. The ball floated down the middle. It was well covered front and deep by City High. Jason Jones, was this the old? No, this is a second turnover. City fumbled the onside kick, if you want to call that a fumble. So no turnovers in this whole game. All this rain, all this wet, all this mud. And then we had 2 turnovers within a minute and a half of one another. They have 1 timeout, so City literally should be in victory formation, kneel down formation here. All you got to do is get the snap back to the quarterback, kneel down. What a hard fought battle by both teams. And I'm not going to say it's over because I watched that game last night, the Chiefs. And crazy things can happen, but the referee called a timeout. Okay, delay a game by City High. Took a little too long on the sideline. Explaining the victory formation. I guess maybe that's something they didn't do in practice. I don't know, but yeah, victory formation. A little bit of hitting going on down there, which you're going to have. I mean, these kids know each other. These kids have competed since Little League, baseball, soccer, kickers, Iowa City Kickers. These kids have played with and against each other since they're probably 4th grade, 3rd and 4th grade, and there's a lot of competitiveness. A lot of these kids do know one another. It's just such a great atmosphere. The boot is somewhere over there on the west side of the field. I do not see it. But if they can get into victory formation one more time, probably one more snap after that, you'll see a mad dash for the boot, the bronze boot. That thing's had a lot of travel in the last 4 years. It's been a city then west, and city then west. Each time the home team has won. Why we're Getting back out here. We'll, after this snap, I'll actually give it to Fletcher up the middle. This Little Hawk sporting event was brought to you tonight by some great sponsors. They were brought to you in part by Carousel Nissan Iowa City. They're #1 on Highway 1. Kirkwood Community College, Iowa City and Coralville campus, a great place to start your education. Arrow Rental in Iowa City, your graduation party headquarters. Lucky's Market in Iowa City, good food for all. The Printing House, Iowa City's home of quality printing and copies. And City High is in their last formation, handing it off to Fletcher one more time. 24 seconds left. Also, Okoboji Grill, Eastside's neighborhood sports bar and grill. Watch your favorite sports teams with us. We have great food. It's fun. It's a relaxing setting in Midtown Family Restaurants. Family-friendly food and atmosphere. And this game is over. 14-12 victory for City High. 2 seconds, 1 second. Team shaking hands in the middle. You'll probably see the dash for the boot once they get through there. A great second half by both teams, and you talk about leaving it on the field. Both teams got to feel good with how they played. There's no character wins. You know, West High is 0-4, but you look at their schedule, and there's no way it's played a tougher schedule than them. Will that make them a better team going into district play? You bet it will. This team's going to bounce back. They're going to get a good victory next week, I'll bet. And they're going to get on the right track because they got what it takes. City High goes to 2-2 on the year. Their next foe, I don't know if they won tonight, but it was an undefeated Ottumwa team. Say that 3 times quick. They're undefeated going tonight. That game is also here. We will be televising that game. That is homecoming here. We'll also have a Hall of Fame night inductee that night. I did want to get in before we went off the air that tonight was we have if you ever been down First Avenue here and you look at the 2 press boxes, the big red one that's to the right is the alumni press box, and tonight was dedicated to the Jim Sangster Alumni Center in honor of the late Jim Sangster, who was a longtime advocate of City High, a graduate, a great football player. He was head of alumni for years and years and years, and quite an honor for him. And they bestowed the name of that building overlooking City High, which is very appropriate for him, as the Jim Sangster Alumni Center, and I thought that was a great contribute to him.
This Little Hawk sports event is brought to you in part by Carousel Nissan in Iowa City, #1 on Highway 1. Kirkwood Community Colleges, Iowa City and Coralville campuses, a great place to start your education. Arrow Rental in Iowa City, your graduation party headquarters. Lucky's Market in Iowa City, good food for all. The Printing House, home of quality printing and copies. Okoboji Grill, the Eastside's neighborhood sports bar and grill. Watch all your favorite sports teams with us. Great food